Oh, here we are. I have an exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be rebuilding the diaphragm in this greddy. It is a RS. And let me show you. Diaphragm is all ripped. I already took it all apart. If you don't feel comfortable taking it apart, you probably shouldn't be doing this. But basically you have 5 hex screws on top. There's going to be 2 springs. If you ever take yours apart, you never did this before, there's going to be a top seat that goes on top of these springs, so you got to watch out. What you could do is unbolt 4 of these, leave 1 bolted, and then when you're ready, just loosen it slowly with your hand compressed. When it comes off, it's basically going to look like this, except your spring's going to be here. You're going to have a center spring, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. You're going to have this top seat. That's going to sit on top of the spring, and that's pretty much it. So this guy comes out. You're going to have a nut that is an 8mm, and underneath that's also a lock washer. To loosen that is on your valve. There's a slot for a flathead screwdriver. So you just hold that, take your 8mm ratchet and just take the nut off. I did it before, that way I could show you in the video. So after you got that, this guy comes off, and this is your diaphragm. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you put your diaphragm on correctly. As you can see, you got a screen inside here. You got another one of these plates down here. So this plate takes a little bit, but this plate is actually like that. Make sure he goes in the right way. Next thing you know, this guy comes out like this. And what you're left with is this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rebuild this thing with an NGR diaphragm, because I heard a lot of good things. And they are located in Delray Beach, Florida. This is the package it came in. So this is the new NGR diaphragm. As you can see, it's actually beefy. Whatever it's made out of feels pretty good. Like, it doesn't feel like, it's definitely beefy. So yeah, as you can squish this, it's not as flimsy as this guy that came with the legit greddy. We're gonna do the test of time and see on how well this one holds up. As you can see, the lips, the rings aren't 100%, but I did hear good things on this thing sealing, so I don't think I'm gonna have an issue, but my boost leak detector will let me know. So let's go ahead and put this together. That's what this video is all about. So, got the bottom ring, goes on. Take your cushion, stick it in here, just like so, and make sure the holes line up. Other thing, before we put this thing in, is Seal Glider caliper grease. I like to grease up a little bit of things, you know, moving parts. I use this stuff. None of you guys are familiar with this. This is for the slider pins on your brake calipers. Make sure that they retract, go in correctly. Just take a little bit. Not much. Yeah, I buy it by the big stuff because I do a lot of brakes in this family. So all you want to do is just put some around this shaft. Just push it. Just do this. Believe me, you'll thank yourself in the long run. I probably should take it out and grease the whole thing, but honestly, I think we'll be alright. So there's that. Like I said, just do a little bit. Another thing you could inspect is the seal at the bottom. I already did, and my rubber grommet inside there is actually really good. To remove this guy, you'd have to remove this ring, and whoever the previous owner, it seems like they put silicone, some high temp silicone, so I didn't want to mess with that, and feeling inside there, it kind of felt really good. I didn't see any issue. Since I do have it apart, you know what, we'll put a little grease in there, why not? I don't think it's going to hurt anything. This stuff's made for high heat anyways. So, yeah. Alright. Wipe off my finger and we'll get back to work. Okay. As I was saying, so what you want to do is push this guy up. We'll drop the seat in. I already know it went that way because of the marks. So I just push him in like so. Take this guy. Go ahead and just say the hole's a little smaller. I don't want to mess with it. So what we're going to do is just thread it. Just to give it that, you know, just so you're not tearing anything up. Alright, I think it's in there pretty good. So next step's a lock washer. Put that on. And then the 8mm nut. It's got like a special lock on the top. And then put that in. Thread her down. Hey Popper, what are you doing? Yeah. Grab your flathead. What's up?
Not much. Oh man, I'm talking in here.
No, you're good. I don't care. Yeah, nice and tight.
Yeah, on mute.
Oh no, I don't even care. I don't edit my shit. Yeah. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. So what this is the reason why I eliminated the center spring is because we're going to be running low boost. And I heard a lot of good things about doing a single spring mod, low boost. Basically, you don't have to... We're not going to be hitting 15 to 20 pounds. So 2 springs is kind of overkill. So, also, what we're going to do, I'll worry about that in a bit. We can go ahead and put the top hat back on. Clean it up a little bit. As you can see, there's a lot of grime in there. I'll clean it. See how I have this. The part's a little tricky, but nothing crazy. I have my top seat. I had this guy facing away from the valve, exactly 180 degree. So I'm gonna put him back together, just like so. Make sure this guy seats. How this folds like this. probably one of the reasons why they get so destroyed. But basically, this guy has got to sit in this ring. Let's see if I can do this. Make sure he sits in there nicely. Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Alright, let's get back to doing this. Sheet her down. So it's not a big spring, so you can actually do this one-handed. Just gotta watch that diaphragm. Just gonna get one started, work my way around. Just to let you guys know, this diaphragm wasn't cheap. Fucking for this little rubber that you guys think is probably like, oh, it's probably only like 15 bucks, right? Nope. This fucker was 60 bucks. Which is nothing compared to the stock greddy. That thing's fucking, that one's 80 bucks. That's why I went this route. I couldn't see. I'm just trying to tuck the diaphragm into the little groove. If that makes sense to you guys. Honestly, it's probably good. Just can't be too careful. This is my first time actually rebuilding a blow-off valve, so please bear with me. I think when I tighten this down, I will actually put the diaphragm into the lip. I don't think I'm going to have any issues. Another thing you want to make sure is that the spring seat is, come on, focus. Alright, is that he's lined up. Nothing you can do is stick the Allen wrench in the hole. If it seems center, more than likely you're good. So far, everything's going pretty good. Yeah, the more I press down on it, the more it seems like it's going into the groove pretty good. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to have any crazy issues. It's just, like I said, it doesn't hurt to be cautious. This thing was not cheap. There. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. If everything looks pretty good, then it'll be alright. It's just like a tire, guys. You want to do the cross bolt pattern. You don't want to just, oh, here, I'm going to go one by one. It doesn't work that way. At this point, I think I'm kind of talking to myself. But we'll see. Go ahead, got that one. There's that. Go back to this one. Go to the sides. And next one. this guy. Just do it until you're happy, you're satisfied. That's nice and tight. Pretty good. Nice. Whoa. Let's not do that. No, that's really tight. Go to the next one. Alright. You'll know when you're super tight, because they won't want to... You'll bend this Allen wrench more than you'll tighten a bolt. Alright. Well, they're all nice and tight. My spring seat is still center.